Title match between Mad Dog Brown and the Macho Man Randy Savage, where King Konga, one of the most feared men in all of professional wrestling, came in and attacked Savage.
This is going to be the treat for the fans.
Liz, let me tell you, that's okay. You know, you see Randy Savage right here. Yeah, he got lucky. I don't know how he managed to get lucky and pin Mad Dog Brown. But see, Big Lou's coming in the ring right now. He's trying to help out his man. Mad Dog, that's right. Get up out of the ring. And Randy Savage, I don't know who in the heck he thinks he is, but here he has to chase a manager, Liz Shuley. He has to chase a manager out of the ring. A real tough guy. Let me tell you one thing right now, Randy Savage. Brother, you deserved and got the brutal beating of your life, and you were whipped like a stepchild. And I tell you one thing right now, I loved every minute. But let me tell you, Randy Savage, you know, you got a lot of people after your hide right here. Look at this, Liz Shuley. You're going to see something that's totally illegal. He picks up a chair and smashes Mad Dog Brown against the head with that chair. Now, is that illegal or is that illegal? But let me tell you one thing right now. You're going to see a mean, lean fighting machine comes. Look at that, Liz Shuley. Over 300 pounds hurling over that top rope, and Randy Savage, look at that big vicious headbutt. It just does my heart good to sit here and watch the macho punk get the punishment he deserves. Look at that King Konga, Liz Shuley. Let me tell you one thing. He's one of the most devastating forces in professional wrestling today. Look at that. Randy Savage has been reduced to an insignificant piece of protoplasm in the middle of that ring, which is the status he deserves anyhow. But let me tell you something right now. Look at it. The big man hadn't had enough. The big man hadn't had enough. He's going to come in and beat just a little bit more. Look at that big Savage headbutt right there, Liz Jewell. Let me tell you one thing right now, Randy Savage. Your days are numbered, brother, because you got guys that are after you. And, you know, you got that big $5,000 bounty, and this big man right here, look at that big chop, Liz Jewell. He might be the man that collects that $5,000. But let me tell you one thing right now. I'm just sitting here enjoying with as much joy as possible. This savage, brutal, necessary being put on Randy Savage. Look at that big headbutt. One more big headbutt for the road. And here in a few seconds, you're going to see a punk with a mask on that calls himself Mr. Cape Girardeau, and everybody knows it's Johnny Will Hoyt, and you're not fooling me one bit, brother. But look at this, Liz. You'll have 4, 5, 6 guys in the rings with chairs, and the mighty Konga. That's it, with big manager Big Lou right behind him. He's standing there. Look at that. He's not even flinching. Randy Savage, brother, your days are numbered. And let me tell you, I'm going to enjoy watching the demise of the Macho Man.
And, of course, Golden Boy Paul Christie, 222 from Hickory Hills, Illinois, and there he is, accompanied by his valet, Miss Bunny Love. I was going really not to make much of a comment on Bunny Love, but we have to go ahead and make a comment on this particular individual because she has a tendency to stick her nose in everybody's business, particularly pertaining to the match. Right now, the referee going over some final instructions, and Golden Boy Paul Christie, as usual, going through the stalling tactics of disrobing, so to speak, for the match. Of course, there he is, decked out in the gold vest and the black top hat and the gold bow tie, and of course, his walking cane right there. There is the belt is removed by his valet, Miss Bunny Love. This is a non-title match, by the way. ICW World Heavyweight Champion Paul Christie in a non-title match against Ox Baker. And right now, as I told you, Christie continuing to run off the mouth right here. Of course, he should already have his garb off, and the bell should ring. The referee should go ahead and ring the bell and let Paul Christie be at odds with the Ox Baker, because Ox Baker's patiently waiting, it appears, right here. But I guarantee as soon as that bell rings, he's going to explode on the Golden Boy Paul Christie. Ox Baker, the man that has killed 2 people with that heart punch, and certainly that's something you have to look at and shiver at, if you will. I've wrestled this man, and he's a very tough individual, a real tough competitor, and certainly that heart punch is a very devastating maneuver, probably one of the most devastating maneuvers in the world of professional wrestling. It's certainly something you have to watch out for. And here the Golden Boy Paul Christie is having his vest removed by Bunny Love, and certainly it takes him about 5 minutes to disrobe, and there's the usual ritual pre-match kiss, and certainly there's no comment that needs to be made on that. But appears the Golden Boy Paul Christie is ready to go, and there's the bell, and we're ready for wrestling action. Ox Baker immediately stalks after the Golden Boy Paul Christie, and Christie seems to be in retreat at this particular point. Doesn't seem to be too happy with the situation right now, but the referee says wrestle, and there both men are eyeing each other. And it looks like there's a finger lock right there. And immediately Ox Baker comes up with the top wrist lock, standing wrist lock rather. There he cranks that arm one more time, and Christie immediately finds himself in difficulty. Baker brings an elbow down on that bicep area of the elbow. area of the arm, and right now Paul Christie is experiencing pain there. He's using a little extra added leverage at the deltoid area of the shoulder and pushing the arm in a direction that is not meant to go, and this certainly spells trouble for the Golden Boy. Once again, Baker brings that big elbow down across that arm, and Paul Christie threatens with the fist, and the referee immediately has him break it. Oh, there's a kick to the midsection, and that sends Christie crumbling corner, and it appears Ox Baker has come out and immediately opened up on the Golden Boy Paul Christie. Still has hold of that arm there. He wraps it around that top ring rope, and once again he comes down with that elbow to that tricep bicep area, and once again he comes up with that arm, that finger lock, and then now to a standing wrist lock, and Ox Baker is total control of the match right now. Here the referee tries to break the hold. Christie fires away for a few punches to the midsection, and there he smashes a side headlock on Ox Baker, trying to hold the big man down. Of course, Ox Baker well over 300 pounds. Here Baker goes behind and cradles Christie, and that was awful close. That was a 1-2 count, and apparently the referee had saw the shoulder up off the mat. Certainly he was in a better position to see it than I was, but that was a real close 2 count. And once again, Paul Christie gets back up on his feet, and Ox Baker right now is at the disadvantage in that side headlock. Of course, Ox Baker, a very big man, and the Golden Boy Paul Christie really has his work cut out for him in this match. Once again, both men are up on their feet, and there Ox Baker manages to get away and grabs Christie by the chin and raises that. Comes down with a big forearm. I guarantee you that's like a sledgehammer coming across that chest area. And there he grabs Christie by the head and throws his head into that turnbuckle. And Christie once again finding himself having all kinds of problems in this match. Ox Baker taking over right now. He slams his head into that turnbuckle one more time, and Christie looks like he's a little groggy over in that corner. Baker comes up, and there's a big punch to the jaw, and Paul Christie's experiencing a lot of difficulty right now. Ox Baker once again closes in. Now he's choking Christie on that middle rope, and certainly these are tactics that Christie probably deserves getting, because he's usually the one that's out there choking, biting, gouging. And of course, there's a concern. Miss Bunny Love looking on. Certainly she can't be happy with what's going on, and I'm sure she's thinking of something she can do. There Baker continues choking Golden Boy Paul Christie, and once again Bunny Love has a few words to say to Ox Baker, and it looks like Ox Baker has a few words to say to Bunny Love, and certainly Baker better watch out, because Love's been known to distract opponents. There Baker continuing to fire up on the Golden Boy Paul Christie. He hasn't let him have room to breathe at all. Once again, Christie is dragged up on his feet, and Baker throws him the ropes and hits him with a big double chop coming off those ropes. And Paul Christie's in a lot of trouble, and there's a big leg. That's a 300-pound leg dropping down there. 2 count, and Paul Christie barely kicks out of that. Ox Baker immediately closes back in on his opponent and goes for looks like a pectoral trap nerve hold, some type of nerve hold in the shoulder area, and this can do anything but wear down your opponent. And the Golden Boy Paul Christie is in a lot of difficulty, even from the very beginning of the match. It's been just about all Ox Baker, and Paul Christie is really yet to come up with any offensive maneuvers, but I guarantee he's not the ICW World Heavyweight Champion for nothing. Certainly he's going to reach down in that bag of tricks of his, and something's going to happen, and I can just about count on that, and I'm sure you fans can just about count that he's not going to let anything get by without pulling that ace from up his sleeve. But right now he's in a lot of trouble. Ox Baker with that nerve hold on the shoulder. Now he's bringing him up to his feet. Has him up in high in air, and brings that elbow on the top of the head of the Golden Boy Paul Christie, and that staggers Christie, and there's a punch, and that sends him down to the canvas. And Paul Christie's in a lot of trouble right here. Ox Baker laying the boots into that back and taunting him to get up on his feet. And Christie's in a lot of trouble right now. And Ox Baker once again looks like he's going for a chin lock, or some type of chin lock right here. It's really hard to tell from the angle. But right now he still has the Golden Boy Paul Christie at bay, and it looks like Golden Boy Paul Christie is motioning to Miss Bunny Love. I don't know what's going to be happening here, but here he reaches up and gouges Ox Baker in the eyes. There he gouges him in the eyes, and Ox Baker answers that with a big punch to the jaw. And it looks like Miss Bunny Love gave Paul Christie something right there. I don't know what it was, but Ox Baker closes in on him, and Paul Christie, and it looked like a retractable cane. He pushed a button, and there he drives it in the midsection of Ox Baker. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, but he covers Ox Baker 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what Paul Christie has to be one of the most despicable acts I've ever seen, but the winner of this match, the Golden Boy Paul Christie, and there the referee